Good morning. I'm Chloe Papadakis, and I'll be your host for today's Quiet Echo. I want to tell you about something Vermont does every year on the first Saturday in May. This Saturday morning, 22,000 Vermonters will walk out their front doors with green trash bags. They will fan out across every town, city, and village in the state. They will walk the roadsides, the riverbanks, and the park trails. They will pick up what winter left behind. They will fill the bags, tie them off, and leave them for the truck. Then most of them will go home for lunch, or to a potluck, or to a hot dog roast at a coffee shop parking lot where someone salted the road with colored blocks for the children to find. They have been doing this every first Saturday in May since 1970. They call it Green Up Day. It started in 1969 when a reporter named Robert Babcock, who worked for the Burlington Free Press, walked into Governor Dean Davis's office with a simple idea. The state should sponsor a day when everyone goes outside to clean up the roads. The governor agreed. On April 18, 1970, 4 days before the first Earth Day, an estimated 70,000 Vermonters came out. They came with bags and gloves, their children, and their neighbors. They cleaned the state they lived in. Then they went home. They never stopped. I plan events for a living. I know what it takes to get people to show up for something. I have spent years trying to build moments in Cedar Valley, moments when neighbors actually see each other, when a community feels like more than a collection of addresses. I know how hard it is. I know how a tradition taking 10 years to build can dissolve in one. Vermont took one good idea from one determined newspaper reporter and turned it into something 22,000 people look forward to every spring. 56 years without missing a Saturday. This year in Manchester, Vermont, the town reserved low-traffic routes specifically for families with young children. They hid colored blocks along the roads like a geocache. Kids who find them bring them to the noon hot dog roast and trade them for prizes. Jonah Spivak, who coordinates the cleanup for the town of Bennington, said people tell him every year they look forward to Green Up Day. An easy way to help, he said. A chance to get out and enjoy the place they call home. I want to stay with those words for a moment. The place they call home. Elena and I have been talking this week about what it means to take care of where you live. It started with the bird at the window in April. Then the conversation about allergies and what comes in through open windows. She has been more observant this spring than I expected, noticing things on our street, asking questions I do not always have good answers to. On Sunday, she asked me why nobody picks up the trash along the creek path. I did not have a good answer. I told her Vermont might. There is no Cedar Valley Green Up Day. I am not announcing one this morning, but I am asking the question Robert Babcock asked a governor in 1969. What if we did something about this together? What if the first Saturday in May meant something in our town? Not because someone organized a committee. Not because there was a grant or a program or a requirement, but because it was just what Cedar Valley does in May. Here is what I know about Cedar Valley families. When you give them something real to do together, something visible, something their children can help with, something where you can see the result before lunch they show up. I have planned enough events in this town to know the difference between an event people attend and an event people remember. The difference is almost never the venue or the budget. It is whether the thing they did together mattered. Picking up the trash on your street matters. Your child knowing the difference between the street before and the street after that matters. Meeting the neighbor 3 houses down because you were both out there with bags at the same time, it matters. Vermont figured this out in 1970 and has not let go of it since. The Times-Argus newspaper in Vermont wrote about Green Up Day this morning. They said it serves as a powerful reminder. Community is not an abstract idea. It is something built through shared effort, mutual care, and the willingness to act. Elena already knows which block she would start on. She told me this morning at breakfast. A community is not built in a meeting room. It is built on a Saturday morning when people walk out their front doors together, which is not a metaphor. It is literally what 22,000 Vermonters are going to do 2 days from now. Cedar Valley could do it too. This Saturday, or next Saturday, or the first Saturday in May, every year, until it belongs to us. I am going to ask Elena today what she thinks we should do about the creek path. She has been waiting for someone to ask her a question like this all spring. I can see it in how she moves through the world right now, noticing, measuring, deciding what belongs to her. I am pretty sure I already know what she'll say. If you walk out your door this weekend with a bag in a few minutes, or if you have thoughts about what Cedar Valley does together in spring, the Cedar Valley News Facebook group is where the conversation starts. Come tell us what you see on your block. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Chloe Papadakis, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. This Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, publication consultants, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people in town of Cedar Valley are fictional, Vermont's Green Up Day, Robert Babcock, Governor Dean Davis, and Jonas Spivak are real.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.